Hindu Analysis editorial by Rathod IAS.
Thank you, Rathod IAS.
Really took help of the Hindu analysis to enrich my content.
Hindu analysis articles.
Rathod IAS.
Hindu Analysis.
Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS Academy. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 14th June 2024. So here I am taking daily edition of Hindu. So whichever edition you have, you can focus on that edition. So let's get started, students. So this is the front page of our today's Hindu newspaper. So first article, it is about NTA cancels scorecards of 1,563 NEET candidates. So this article is very much relevant. So I will tell you dimensions what you have to see from this article point of view. So first of all, it is talking about NEET exam. As aspirants, you have to know about some basic facts regarding this NEET examination. So for which entrance test it is conducted and which is the agency which is conducting this examination. So as you all know, civil service examination is conducted by UPSC. So this NEET examination is conducted by NTA. So actually there are lots and lots of misconception, and as well as there are many questions, debates which are going on this NEET examination. So what are the questions regarding this is, total marks for this examination is 720. So one question will carry 4 marks. So in UPSC also we have negative marking for your prelims. So in the same way, here also we have negative marking of 1/4. That means for every wrong answer, you will be losing 1 mark, totally 5 marks. Right? The issue here is, this year about 67 students, they got rank 1 in this NEET examination. So this is one question, how these many students they got rank 1. And next one is, they also got 718, 719 marks, but this is practically impossible in this examination, but now they got this. So here this questions which asked by Supreme Court, and now this NTA said that we gave grace marks. So we gave grace marks. So because of that, yes, these marks are given this year. And even there is some questions like, there is paper leak, and even time mismanagement. Okay, so even the students who came late also, they were allowed, and even they gave extra time. So like that, there are some questions or questions regarding this examination. And finally, petitions filed in High Court and went to Supreme Court, and finally now NTA said that we are going to conduct re-examination for students we gave the grace marks. And this again NEET examination is on June 23rd. Okay, so this is the story here regarding this. And now let us see some facts which are relevant from our examination point of view. Okay, you have to know about some facts regarding NTA and as well as NEET. Because whenever any organization which is conducting examination, if there is loss of trust and faith, means whether the next generation will be following this examination? No, because education is one important area where trust is very important. But here there is trust deficit, we can see. Clear? So now let us see why it is in news first of all. The Supreme Court regarded Union government submission that scorecards of 1563 candidates, they got compensatory marks in this NEET examination. So they had been cancelled, and re-examination which is going to happen on June 23rd. So because of this, this is the news. I hope the background is clear. Clear, right? Yes, now let us see about what is this NEET examination. So NEET is nothing but National Eligibility cum Entrance Test. So it is entrance test for medical seats in our country. So how many medical seats are there? More than 1 lakh seats in our country. So for that, this examination is conducted by NTA. Okay. So NEET, it is National Eligibility cum Entrance Test, and it is entrance test for students who want to pursue this MBBS. Okay, MBBS, BDS, and as well as even after completing this UG, that is graduation of MBBS, for your MS, that is PG also, the same entrance test will be there. And what is the objective of this NEET? It is to standardize admission process. Okay, it is to standardize admission process for this medical and dental courses in India. And who is the agency or who is the organization which is conducting this examination? NTA, that is National Testing Agency. Clear? So what is this NTA? NTA, it is an autonomous organization in India, and this NTA is responsible for conducting of examination for higher education in our country. And when it was established in year 2070, by whom? By the Ministry of Education. So on behalf of Ministry of Education, so this NTA will be conducting examination. So this is very important, NTA, which is conducting examination on behalf of Ministry of Education in India. And what is the objective? Objective is to improve the quality and transparency of entrance exam. But now the question is, where is the transparency and where is the quality? So what is the objective? So there is compromising of that objective, yes or no? So that is the thing. And if you see the functions, the first one is it will conduct examination at national level. Throughout India, it will be conducting this NEET examination. And next one is it will also develop its own question papers. And next one is it will process the result. And one more thing which is in news is, so actually on June 4th, this result had been released. On that June 4th, there is election result day, right? But there was conception late, so this result will be postponed to 10 days. But on that day itself, they got. And even in one center, 8 toppers who are getting this All India, that is rank 1 came in Haryana. So again, there are some misconceptions are going on, okay? And if you're talking about some more interesting facts regarding this examination result, on June 4th, NTA released results for this NEET examination. So how many candidates applied? About 2.4 million candidates, they participated in this NEET test. And out of this, they are going to apply for 1,08,940 MBBS seats which are present in India right now. And the results received immediate criticism that there is unusual occurrence this year. Like 67 candidates, they got perfect score, that is 720 out of 720. And because of that, even the cutoff had been increased by 35 marks this year. So earlier it used to 30, 130, now it is 164, like that. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, that's it. Only the students who got grace marks, not for all. Okay, that is about 1500 students, the data given, no, that's the student. And next, if you move on to the next topic, so here you can see Upper Yamuna River Board to resolve Delhi water crisis. So here there are 2 important things you have to focus. So one is Delhi water crisis, next one is what is this Yamuna River Board. So I will tell you dimensions. Delhi is our capital, right? So which river is flowing here in Delhi? Which river is flowing? Which river is flowing in this Delhi? We have river Yamuna, right? So despite of river Yamuna flowing here, this Delhi is facing water crisis. So not only Delhi, there are many metropolitan cities facing this water crisis. For example, Bangalore, very recent past, and even Hyderabad also we don't have proper water availability, and now Delhi. So like that, we are facing problem called as urban water crisis. So here you have to see what are the reasons for this water crisis, and you have to see what are the measures that you can take to address this issue, okay? And you have to see one more thing, cities and on banks of which rivers. Major cities in India, rivers where they are flowing. This is the thing that you have to see. And you have to see what is this Upper Yamuna board. Upper Yamuna river board. Clear? So here how can we connect this article? So you will be studying about Himalayan river system and also Peninsula river system. So this river Yamuna, which comes under which river system? Which is tributary of which river? River Ganga. So from drainage topic, so from geography it is important, and water crisis, it is from your environment and ecology, and also geography related topic. And what are the measures? So you can take some science and technology, you can apply science and technology related measures to address this problem, right? So this is interconnected topic, yes or no? And even we have river boards. So if you have studied what is the definition or the things which included under the states, so this is one of the part, even boards, tribunals are part of our state. And you have to see how it had been established, under which act, everything. So this will be important from your polity under GS paper 2. Clear? And it had been established to address problem of pollution. So even we can connect it with environment and ecology from GS paper 3. So actually you students, you are there for this current affairs from last 1 week. So your perspective had been changed or not? Yes, right? Now you can connect with these subjects. So earlier I used to tell what is that, that only. But now you can interconnect one topic with different subjects, because now you know which are the micro topics present in your syllabus. Yes or no? So that is why till now, today, till completion of this GS paper 3, I didn't took current affairs classes for you. That is the reason. So if I have said everything from all these subjects, means you might not appreciate what I am telling, why I am telling. So you may have many doubts in your back of your mind, right? But now you can, right? So online students, I want to say one thing. So till now we completed micro listing of syllabus till GS paper 3 today, and our students who are attending this offline classes, now they are in a condition to identify which articles to pick out and which articles to leave. I am very happy for that. And if you want to be that student, so you can join our offline classes and you can meet me directly, so that you will be getting guidance from me. Okay. So these are some important dimensions that you have to see. Okay, now let us see this article in detail. So why it is in news? So Supreme Court is nothing but our top court of our country, our apex court. Supreme Court gave directions to Upper Yamuna River Board to resolve drinking water crisis in Delhi. So now Delhi is facing this drinking water crisis. So now Supreme Court directed this Upper Yamuna Board to resolve this issue as soon as possible. So if you are talking about what are the reasons why now Delhi is facing this water crisis, even though river which is flowing in this region. So first of all, the important reason is over extraction of groundwater. So whenever there is over extraction of groundwater, we can call it as over exploitation. So automatically if you are having 100 liters, so if you are drawing back 100 liters, whether the groundwater will present? No, correct? So whatever the water which is present in the groundwater, so as per this economic survey, yes, there is over exploitation of groundwater. So because of this, now they are facing this issue of water crisis. So whenever you are writing data, try to write authentic data. So here I took data of economic survey 2023 to 2024. So it said that daily water demand in Delhi, it is 1290 megaliters, some so and so, but here it is currently producing 1000. So there is the gap here, gap of 290 amounts, okay, clear? And next one is pollution of water sources. So this is one important problem. So there are high ammonium levels in the groundwater and even the surface water which is present in this Yamuna river, and as well as what are the water bodies which are present in Delhi. So they are having high amount of pollution. So whenever water get polluted, can we use No, it will be not fit, right? So this is one more important problem. And even what are the drains, that means drainage which is coming from households or any industries, etc. And they are discharging directly the toxic waste into this water bodies. So because of this, it is making water unfit for drinking. So can we drink this Musi water? No. Or Hussain Sagar water? No, right? So here whenever, if there is any fresh water body, then only we will be consuming that water. Clear? And next one is because of climate change also, there is impact on decreasing of water availability in Delhi region. So according to Delhi State Action Plan on Climate Change, it said that here city which is having economic losses of 2.75 trillion by 2050 because of climate change impact. So because of climate change, what happened? The pattern of rainfall had been changed. So if you are having enough rainfall, we can recharge groundwater and water will be present in the ponds, lakes, etc. If there is changing in the rainfall, if there is any drought, what happens? Automatically groundwater table will be reduced and even water in the surface level or like ponds, lakes, rivers, they will be automatically reduced. So no, so that is the thing which is happening now in the city's water supply. And this one is whatever the water which is available, so we are not managing that properly. So because of this mismanagement of water also, it is causing this problem of water scarcity. Okay, so that's it. And next one is what is this Upper Yamuna River Board? So actually this Upper River Yamuna Board, it is subordinate office. Subordinate means down, sub means down. So under this Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, so we have this subordinate office, and actually it had been formed by Chief Ministers of Himachal Pradesh and Haryana, UP, Rajasthan and National Capital Territory of Delhi in 1994. So all these Chief Ministers of these states, they came together and they signed, and because of this sign or agreement, that led to formation of this Upper Yamuna River Board. Okay. Yeah, so these are the two important articles from our front page, that's it. And you can leave the city page, I am not at all going to see this. So leave this type of advertisements. Yes, under the states page also same article, that is regarding Upper Yamuna River Board. So already we discussed that. Okay, so in this page, this is article about Kuwait. Because of yesterday's tragedy, again they accepted to send the dead bodies back to India, and most of these people, they died, they are from Kerala. Okay, so you have to see the map, and we discussed that topic in our yesterday's class. And here you have Yediyurappa may be arrested as POCSO court issues warrant. So here we are focusing on only this POCSO, it is Prevention of Children from Sexual Offence Act. So whenever you are addressing any case study or any answer regarding child abuse or sexual abuse against child, so you have to know about what are the laws or acts which are present in our country. So from that point of view, this article is important. Okay, we are not bothering about what is this, what not. But here, if you see in this context, it says that the first track court. So in judiciary, in our micro listing of topics, we discussed about Supreme Court, High Court, subordinate courts, and we have tribunals. But again, there is one more court in the news, that is about fast track court. Okay, you have to know what is the meaning of fast track court. Any idea do you have about this fast track court? Not exactly. Fast track court. The name itself is saying fast track court. So decision should be given or judgment should be given within days. Because if you go to any Supreme Court or High Court, it will take some years. Even you will become old sometimes, but you will not get justice. So for that, especially to heinous crimes, whenever you want justice fast, so we can go for this fast track courts. Clear? You have to know about this fast track courts and as well as POCSO from this article. So why it is in use? The first fast track court, it is also called as POCSO court, which is dealing with only the cases regarding sexual abuse of children. So it is the first fast track court, has issued an arrest warrant against former Chief Minister Yediyurappa in case which is registered against him under this POCSO. So under this POCSO, so case had been filed against him, and in this first fast track court of this POCSO, yes, they gave arrest warrant. So it is one success thing, right? So if you go to any Supreme Court or High Court, the justice will be denied. Sometimes it will be like very late process. Yes, Nirbhaya case of 2012. So finally the judgment came, right? So those people had been hanged to death, but it was very, very delayed. Okay, so at that time if you have this fast track courts, so the judgment will be very fast. And Nirbhaya will not come under this POCSO. So she is adult. So only children means nothing but the people who are below 18 years of age according to this act. Okay, but she is major. And now if you see this POCSO, so this act came into effect from 2012, November 14th, after this Nirbhaya case itself. So which was enacted in a consequence to India's ratification to United Nations Convention of Rights of Child in 1992. So actually what happened here is, so we have different organizations. In international relations, we discussed that we have different organizations, different groupings, different conventions, right? So India signed this United Nations Convention on Rights of Children in 1992. So because of this, if there are number of cases against this human rights violation of children or any sexual abuse, okay, or any child labor like that, it is our responsibility of government to come up with the laws, because India already signed and ratified this United Nations Convention on Rights of Child. So because of that in 2012, it is even though very late, I accept it, but finally they came up with this POCSO in year 2012. And the important aim of this POCSO, it is to address offense of sexual exploitation and sexual abuse. So it is about sexual exploitation and sexual abuse of children, okay? And even this act which says about what is the exact punishment, okay, for what. And this act which defines children as any person who is below age of 18 years. Okay, and next one here is, this act had been reviewed and amended in 2019. So here if we want to have any change according to the increasing of crimes or nature of crimes, we can go for amendment. So this act we came up in year 2012, but in 2019 we came up with amendment, and in this amendment what we added? We added much more strict punishments for the crimes, like even death penalty. So even if there is any case of POCSO, if it is heinous crime, so if that even that led to the death of child, then that death penalty will be given. So do you know about in Telangana, in Warangal district, one 9 months old had been 9 months old baby had been raped and killed by one person. So for that person, death penalty given. It is according to this POCSO. So I think you might be knowing. So that had become. So even in Hyderabad also, one child, Raju, his name is Raju, culprit name is Raju. So finally he died. Okay. So in that way this act had been very strict, but even though we are having death penalty under this, so every day these cases are rising. So here you can get a case study like you are DCP or SP. So your so and so district under your control. So in your district there is increasing of crimes regarding the sexual abuse of children. So how can you take the steps to control this type of incidents? So there again you have to add your ethics. In ethics you have this chapter called as attitude. So we have to change the attitude of people towards the things. So whenever you can change the attitude, then what are the things that you will do that will be success? Okay, you have to change the attitude of the people. Okay, so in this way you have to add even ethics in your case studies. And next one, it is about what is a special track or fast track special courts. So this is one of the centrally sponsored scheme of government. So whenever talking about the schemes, we have two types. central sector schemes and central sponsor schemes. Central sector is 100% fund from center. Sponsor means center is sponsoring something. So sharing will be divided between center and state. So in this way you can remember the central sector and central sponsor. So here the scheme is centrally sponsored scheme. Okay, it is focusing on timely disposal of cases within a very short period of time. Okay, which are related to rape and protection of children from Sexual Offence Act in August 2019. So actually this act came in 2012 and in 2019 amendment. So after amendment there is increasing of stringent punishments. So in that we came up with this fast track courts for this POCSO. Okay, so there is a link. Clear? 1992 ratification of convention and 2012 POCSO, 2019 amendment and 2019 again fast track courts. There is a link, right? And next one is, it is saying that funds will be shared between center and states. So we have Nirbhaya fund. Yes or no? Do you know about this Nirbhaya fund? So after this Delhi gang rape case of 2012, so government started like collecting some fund, and that fund will be used for the people who had been the victims. Okay. So from that fund it will be providing some amount of money to this running of fast track courts. Clear? And these fast track courts, they are expected to ensure dispensation of justice, and they will offer quick relief to victims while strengthening the deterrence framework for sexual offenders. Okay, so they will try to provide the fast relief, because if they are getting, for example, if any family which is facing this issue, means they will be in very trauma, right? The family will be in trauma. So at that time, whenever they will be getting fast justice, at least to some extent we can give some favor, or we can give some justice. So even though we can't bring that person back, even we can't completely erase the victimity or erase the trauma of that family, but if they are getting justice, at least to some extent we can do some favor or justice, right? So for that case we need this fast track courts. And which is the ministry which is implementing this fast track court scheme? That is Ministry of Law and Justice, comes under Department of Justice. So in this will be, you can easily remember, right, under which ministry, under which department. So these are very important. And now let us move on to our editorial page. Okay, leave this spotlight, Metropolis. In Friday's newspaper you will be getting this. No need of going through that. And this editorial page, so this article, it is entirely about BJP government, so it is not at all important, and it is about RSS. Okay, we don't bother about that. But here there is one article, it is talking about science and the scope of science, because our new government formed, okay, Modi 3.0. So in this term, so how can we expand our science, and in which areas our present government can focus? So these are the things which are given. So we are going to see only that point. Only 3 or 4 points which are relevant here. So you know that portfolios had been decided. Portfolios are nothing but to whom which ministry is given. For example, Rajnath Singh, Defence Ministry, Amit Shah, Home Ministry, Nirmala Sitharaman ji, Finance Ministry, and Defence Ministry, External Affairs Ministry, Jai Shankar. So actually this article says that portfolios had been fixed by this 18th Lok Sabha elections, and finally the most of the people, they had been retained, like whatever the previous government was there, so previous government and previous ministries, so most of them had been retained. So especially this Home Ministry, Finance Ministry, and etc. So major things had been not at all changed. So here in this context, Department of Space, because here now the space has lots and lots of scope now, okay, because now we are encouraging private sector, and in this year and last year whatever the missions of India, most of them had been great success. For example, Chandrayaan 3, Aditya L1, right, and even private sector also launched their own satellites in India, for example, Vikram S. It is one mission of private space agency. So because of all these things, yes, now we are going to expect a lot of scope in this space technology, and even many countries, they want to invest in India for this space. So here Department of Space is grappling with the entry of private sector players in our national space program, and even we have to manage the development of human space flight mission, that is Gaganyaan. So we are going to have this Gaganyaan mission. So here you have to see how we are managing this, because sending 4 astronauts is not a joke, and that too they are not at all astronauts, they are from Air Force, okay, Indian Air Force. And even if you see other department, for example, Earth Sciences, so in this ministry, so they have to focus on mineral resources, because resources are very important for development. So without resources, can we expect development? No. So whatever the minerals are there, so we have to extract them, and we have to focus on how can we convert into valuable things. So here Ministry of Earth Sciences, we have to focus on extraction of mineral resources, especially from seabed, because International Seabed Authority gave permission for India to explore polymetallic nodules which are present beyond exclusive economic zone of India. Okay, I will draw a diagram so that you can understand better. So this is India. So here we have BOB, Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, we have Indian Ocean. For example, here we have Pakistan, here we have Iran. So if you are having a land, we have a well-known boundary, at least, right? So we can have a boundary, and we know that we have to stay in this only, we should not move like this. So we will be having some fences, right? So here, if you see in the water, so can you draw any boundary in water? Is it possible to draw boundary in water? On land it can possible, I can accept. So you can do anything. So for example, if you have house, so around that we will be having either compound wall or any fence like that. We can maintain our own identity, our own place identity. But what happens in this water? So can we build a boundary? No. So here, to know till how much area your boundary is there, so we have UNCLOS, United Nations Convention on Law of Seas. So it says about your boundary, okay. So here it talks about internal water, territorial water, contingency zone, exclusive economic zone, okay. So these are the things which mainly said. So if we are talking about exclusive economic zone, till 200 nautical miles, okay, so this is your boundary, till 200 nautical miles, so that will come under jurisdiction of India. So actually what happened is, International Seabed Authority, ISBA, gave permission to India to go and to explore these resources. They are called as polymetallic nodules, which are beyond this 200 nautical miles. So India got that permission. So here now Ministry of Earth Sciences, it need to develop its own technology to explore this polymetallic nodules which are present beyond this 200 nautical miles. Clear? So this is one challenge. And next one is Ministry of Science and Technology. So it has to focus on especially artificial intelligence, because of increasing of scope of artificial intelligence, and also we have to focus on quantum computers and multi-omics approaches in sectors. For example, we have to develop some advancements in this agriculture. Because of climate change, there is decreasing of agriculture production, so we have to focus on that, yes. And even we have to focus on energy storage solutions, okay. So in these areas, Ministry of Science and Technology need to follow. And next one is Department of Atomic Energy. So atomic means depends on nuclear power, right? So here Department of Atomic Energy, it has to focus on advancements in our nuclear power, and we have to focus on nuclear reactors program, okay. So those things. So all these comes under your expansion of science this year. Clear? Understood? Okay. So in this opinion page there is one article regarding coalition government, but already in our earlier classes itself I discussed this coalition government. So you have to revise that. And next here there is one topic which is called as gorge. So I will explain how these gorge are formed. So I think you might have already studied in your geography classes, that is regarding landforms formed by running water. So running water means nothing but rivers. So rivers, whenever they are moving, always moving objects, they have which energy? Kinetic energy. So because of this kinetic energy, they have the power of erosion. For example, let us take, so here there is one hard rock. So on this hard rock, river is moving like that. So whenever river is moving continuously on that rock for period of time, so slowly it will be start eroding. First V-shaped valleys will be formed. Okay. First what happened? V-shaped valleys will be formed. So this will be the rock and we have V-shaped valley. So in this valley again river will be moving. So now what happened? Lateral erosion will be done. Lateral means sides. So what happens now? Because of erosion, further erosion, so this V-shaped valley will be becoming U-shaped valley. Okay, for example, if there are mountains and very hard rocks, for example, you can see this type of things, U-shaped. So that will be same from top to bottom. Okay. So I will show the image also, so that you will be having a good idea. Hey. So here you can see the gorge. So this image is a gorge. You can see hard rock here, and here you can see the shape. Understood? So this is your gorge. Okay, so that is a gorge. And in this text and context, again this article regarding NEET, so we are not going to discuss that. And next topic, it is about grey zone warfare. So now China is using this grey zone warfare tactics on Taiwan. Okay, here China says that Taiwan is integral part of China, but Taiwan is not accepting that. Okay, so it is showing this grey zone warfare. So here in UPSC, you may get question regarding, so recently grey zone warfare is in use, so what it is exactly. Okay, find a suitable option, like that you will be getting ABCD options and you have to select which is that grey zone warfare. So from that point of view you can get your question. So here China is preparing well to invade Taiwan and to occupy Taiwan. So always wherever it's go, like wherever China is occupying the border or sharing the border with any country, every country is having dispute with this China on land and even the water also. Okay. So here China is preparing well to invade Taiwan and to have a high intensity war over this island is much debated subject. So actually what happened in any news channel, if you see about this international relations, so one thing which is being highlighted is about Taiwan and China issue. So they are coming up with training drills in People Liberation Army. So army of China is called as PLA, People Liberation Army, and they are going for targeted precisely at demonstrating China's ability to fight and win. So actually they are coming up with training drills. So before going to war, they have to be trained, right? And you also, before going to examination, you have to take mock test, everything. So to assess your preparedness. In the same way, they are going for training drills so that they can fight and they can win this Taiwan. So here you have to know about what is this grey zone warfare. So grey zone warfare means it is a middle, it is unclear space that exists between the direct conflict and also peace in the international relations. Normally in international relations, we are using this word called as grey war zone. So it is nothing but it is not a direct conflict, it is affecting the peace. It is a grey zone. So actually we are going to have some disputes so that this peace will be affected, and it is not like a direct waging of war. So this is a tactic which is mainly following. And next one is about Jagannath temple. So actually if you see any temple, normally how many gates will be there? So this is temple, here we have 4 gates, right? So actually what happened recently, elections had been done and conclusion of elections, and new CM of Odisha had been sworn. So now what happened from COVID-19 onwards, 3 gates had been closed of this Puri Jagannath temple, and now after the new government formed, they opened all these 4 gates. Clear? So because of this, this is in news. Now let us see this article in detail. So all 4 gates of 12th century. So you have to remember this Jagannath temple is belonging to 12th century. So you can get a question like, so which of the following temples belonging to 12th century? And they will give you a list of the temples. In that way UPSC will ask questions in your prelims. Okay, so all 4 gates of 12th century Jagannath temple in Puri were reopened for devotees now. So now let us see the facts of this temple. So this temple is located in which state? Orissa, and it is one of the famous sacred temples of Hindu in the world. And this temple is dedicated to which lord, which god? God Jagannath, nothing but deity of Vishnu in Hindu. And actually this temple has been built during the period of Anantavarman, okay, Chandu Ganga Deva, he built that temple, and this person will be belonging to which dynasty? Eastern Ganga dynasty. So as I said, if you are talking about any temple, you have to know time period when it was belonging to and which king and which dynasty. That thing is there here, right? And next one is temple is called as Yamanika Tirtha. That means the power of Yama. Yama is nothing but god of death, had been nullified in this Puri due to presence of Lord Jagannath. So actually there are many movies which depict like Lord Yama will come suddenly from space and he will be throwing his weapon and the Atma will come and taken back, and that will cause death. So here this place is called as Yamanika Tirtha. So one Purana story that I watched in one movie that said that, so whenever this Yama, Lord Yama is throwing his weapon will be not working because of Lord Jagannath. So because of this we are calling this place as Yamanika Tirtha. I don't know how far it is true. And next one is architecture of this temple. So this temple is present in northern part, so it belongs to Nagara type of temple architecture. And one more thing here is we have Garbhagriha. So in this Garbhagriha we have 3 idols. And one more specialty here is, so these idols they are made up of wood. Normally temples we have idols which are made up of stone or like Panchloha or like gold, silver, like that, no? So these are the idols which are made up of wood. So it is one special characteristic. And here 3 idols were Lord Jagannath, Balabhadra and Subhadra. And this Puri Jagannath temple is very much famous for Rath Yatra. Have you heard about this Rath Yatra of Puri? So it is very, very important, and actually this festival is associated with this Lord Jagannath in this Odisha. And actually in this festival, actually normally after marriage, wife and husband, couple will be going into their aunt's house, right? So that is a thing which we celebrate in this Rath Yatra. Okay? Yeah, that's it. And especially it happens in this Ashada. Ashada means nothing but in the month of June and July. and it will be done for 9 days. Okay, that is a thing. And if you move on to this news page, so there is one article regarding infiltration in Jammu and Kashmir. 3 days ago, we discussed about death of 2 CRPF people, Jawans. That article is related to here. So here you have to revise that topic. And if you move on here, you can see Manipur government forms a panel to oversee rehabilitation of internally displaced persons. So actually in our northern or northeastern part of our country, so always there will be the issue of this displaced people, because we have tribal people who are living in the hills and we have normal people who are living in the plains. So always there will be a clash between these hilly people and local people, so that there will be the issues of displaced people there. And next topic here is 4 forest staff die in Uttarakhand fires. So recently we discussed about fire in Himachal Pradesh, and Uttarakhand forest fire is also seen in recent past, I think last week. So you have to connect that article, and again this is a continuation of that thing. And if you move on, there is one article, it is about self-reliance in defense manufacturing. And this topic is also very important, but once these people who are from US, who are visiting India, and after meet, so what are the agreements finalized? So after finalizing of agreements, so this article will become important from international relations, not now. Okay. Yes, here you can see 6 killed as landslides rain wreak havoc in Sikkim. So actually the things, or the first one is you have to see Sikkim, and on another side we have landslide. So landslide you already have studied in your mass movements, right? Mass movements. So that is part of your GS1 geography. So what are the things that you are studying in your classes that you can see now in the newspaper, right? So here you have to understand what is this landslide. You have to know what are the causes, and you have to see what is the impact. And in disaster management, you will be seeing about what are the measures that you can take. Okay, like during disaster, after disaster, and before disaster. There you have to see about disaster management cycle. Okay. And next one is, here you can see Sikkim. Sikkim is Himalayan state. So you know about how this Himalayas has been formed. And till today also, Indo-Australian plate is moving towards northwards, and they are young folded mountains, and they are still unstable. So these Himalayas are more susceptible to landslides because of instability. So here and there in this Himalayan states you can experience these landslides. Okay. Yes, again there is one article that is 6 workers killed in blast at firecracker unit near Nagpur. So for the first time, so this cracker unit accident now we can see in Nagpur. Nagpur is in Maharashtra. It is outside Tamil Nadu. It is not in Tamil Nadu. So here you have to see about role of PESO. PESO. So PESO is the organization which will be taking care of this firecracker industry in India. So here you have to know what are the reasons for this frequent fire accidents in India. Okay, you might be knowing. So what are the chemicals are there? So there is mishandling. So first one is mishandling is happening. Next one is untrained people will be handling them. And what are the spaces available? They will be not using space properly. And next one is illegal, unlicensed units are there. There is no proper audit, no proper inspections. Clear? And in this business page, there is one article regarding GST Council. So you have to see some basic facts regarding what is this GST Council. So once you will come to this taxation topic, sir will be dealing with this GST Council in detail. Okay, what is this GST? That is one of the indirect tax. So we have GST Council, and there will be meetings will be happening commonly, frequently, and this GST Council will be seen always in news. Okay. So these are the important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I'm concluding, and thank you so much for watching, guys, and please do like and share the class with your friends, and do subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy. And one more thing is, we are going to start NCERT foundation course. So it will be useful for the school students, college students, and the graduation students, and also PG students, and who already started their UPSC preparation. So this course will be absolutely very helpful, and the details of that course is given in description box. So please follow us for that course. Thank you so much for watching.